Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Jamar for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar here once again, and I hope and pray that I can get all of this into this 15 minutes that YouTube allows me until this strike is over with. We're here to review the latest episode of Scandal. I don't know what it's called because I haven't looked at the information on the episode yet, so I'm just turning this camera on. But bitch, let's get into it because tonight, whoo! For those of you who saw it, y'all know exactly the emotion I was trying to emit. So this episode starts off with all the guards of the president in the damn hallway listening to on Liv and Fitz's fight. Basically, them talking. Basically, Fitz being jealous. He tried to say that he wasn't jealous, but he was. Trying to be like make like every move that Liv makes is for him, and she's trying to tell I have goals, I have life, I have dreams. I'm not a hen, I'm not a prize to be won. Blah 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 blah. And they're fighting about how how Jake fits into all this. Like he's trying to say that he doesn't trust Jake, but she's like, well, bitch, then why did you make him commander B613 if you don't trust him? He's like, well, I don't trust him with you. And that's when she went on this whole I'm not a hen, I'm not a prize to be won comment. And she gave her that lip quiver for all dear life. And you know how they do. Like every time they really get together and have this whole shouting mess, they always fight, cry, kiss, fuck, separate. It's just how the Elit's thing chemistry works. We already get that. So we flash back to Mellie pre-presidential days. Let me tell y'all something. I tweeted this, and we figured this out during the rest of this episode. Mellie is one of the most complex characters in this show. At the beginning of this show, she just seemed bland, and she just seemed very kind of one-dimensional, like what her role is going to be. As these seasons go on, we just get more and more different sides and get more and more as to why she is the way that she is. It's just starting to really put a lot more things into place, and it's just like, damn, bitch. So we go to this flashback right before the rape, and Fitz is yelling at her like, why can't I touch you? Or right after the rape. And he's like, why can't I touch you? Why can't you look at me? Or something like that. And she's just sitting there just frazzled and freaked out because she just got raped by her father. And she, like, when you're raped, like, your mental capacity, you don't even want to be touched because you're just so, the word is escaping me right now. You're just fucked up, okay? Traumatized. There it is. You're traumatized, and you just don't want nobody else touching you because you're going to be constantly thinking back to that moment when you were raped. So, but he didn't know that. Mellie didn't want to tell him I can't remember why. It was explained before, something about, I'm sure it had to do with him, winning the presidency and just how he felt about his father, and she just didn't want to make it any worse. But ooh, that was a mess. I'm gonna have to skip some things just because it wasn't as relevant as others, just to save on time. Abby is telling David that he loves him. Harrison is donating money from that crazy bitch from last season to the Garrett campaign. Jake Ballard gets the highest B613 clearance, and so he just has all this access to all this different stuff. Hollis Doyle comes to the dinner. Fitz is not here for it. There's this drug scandal that has supposedly come out about Andrew Lincoln, and this reporter is about to spread this story and whatnot, and Liz comes to the girl, tell about how if you put this story out, you'll probably lose the accreditation of every Republican in the White House, and you just basically look stupid in so many words, what she's trying to say. But the girl isn't backing down, and she's going to publish this goddamn story. So Liv gets a hunch that her dad is the one that's trying to leak this information to about the president, or just the VP of the president, because they tried to find everything about this man and they couldn't really too much find nothing, and not as far as drugs is concerned. So she suspects that her father is doing something. She calls Jake, bitch, help me, look after this motherfucker because I think he's up to some dirty ass shit, in so many words. So next thing we do, we flash back to when Mellie tried to kill herself. Okay, Mellie, we come back, we see that Andrew Lincoln found Melly on the damn floor with she overdosed on some pills and made her barf into the toilet. And I guess that's kind of how they kind of met and had like a moment of together. And then we go to motherfucking Quinn. Girl by girl. Quinn, child, please. I'm so over I'm so over this bitch. This bitch was sitting there staking out and looking, watching over Olivia Pope and Daddy Pope. And long story short, Daddy Pope was like, I don't know who the fuck you think I am, but I don't need you to be worrying about me. And just know that I know what the fuck it is that I'm doing. Just give me that much credit. And she's trying to say that she's worried. And he reads her again, as usual. And, you know, Olivia makes her dramatic exit. But as she's walking out the goddamn restaurant, she peeps out the window and was like, bitch. And Quinn, it looked like the bitch was sitting dead. Like, if this was the restaurant window, it looks like Quinn was parked right here. Like, bitch, how could she not see you? So Olivia gets to the goddamn car and it's like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? B613 is gonna fuck you up. I don't know what you think you're doing. You need to bring your ass on back and come back to Olivia Pope and Associates. Quinn was like, bitch, Huck doesn't want me there, so I'm not coming back. And plus, he licked my face and all this other bullshit. I'm like, Quinn, he licked your face? That's what you remember? Not the fact that he tagged, not the fact that he gagged you, taped you up, and pulled out your bicuspids, bitch, but he licked your face. That's what you gonna say. Oh, okay. So, pretty much, she says, I'm violent now. Girl, bye. And threatens to shoot Olivia unless she gets out the car. I'm like, Quinn, if you don't sit your ass in the back of the goddamn bus with that bullshit, but we're gonna move forward. Jake comes to Liv's house pretty much frustrated because they talk about this relationship that they have is pretend and everything's pretend and popcorn isn't really food. You need to fill up your fridge, bitch. If I'm going to be over here, I want to have a beer. We're going to have pretend sex. Let me just tell you something. If there was any kind of sex being happened, it wouldn't be for pretend. I'm just going to put that out there. Then we get to this James and David situation. James is pretty much going frantic because he feels like whatever he's been done as this whatever the fuck the damn screen name is that he came up with to be leaking information to this reporter. They're honing in to trying to figure out who it is that's leaking this information, and he figures out that, or he feels like, you know, Cyrus is probably, you know, onto that ass, and figures out that Cyrus has pretty much set up whoever it is to meet up with him, and they tap the phone line, so whatever it is that they meet up with, they can see who it is that she's meeting up with so that they'll have, you know, a source of where they're getting this information and leak from about, you know, Andrew Lincoln and all that stuff. So, moving on forward. I'm sorry I have to rush through this, but there's so much and YouTube only gives me so much time. We flash back against Melly and Andrew, and Andrew's kind of like, you know, I kind of missed you. I enjoyed, you know, the moment that we had and, you know, the talk that we had, and she just said, I want to thank you, and Melly is pretty much like, thank you, like, you want me to, you know, thank you for saving me from not trying to kill myself, you know, pretty much she's just like, she thanked him so much, but she's just like, I feel like I still have a reason to want to die. Like, forgive me for feeling this way because I don't know if my son is my husband's child, and that I was raped by my father-in-law. So, forgive me if I feel like I want to die. And I was just like, damn, girl. I feel so bad for... I just don't know how to feel about Millie half the time. Sometimes I'd be like, fuck you, bitch. And other times I'd be like, bitch, just come here and give me a hug, girl. I just don't know how to feel. But you know what? I get my life from Millie later on. Hold on, let me get to it. We figure out that the whole drug thing that was coming out about Andrew Lincoln, about him and having some kind of painkillers, was him covering for Millie's ass because Millie is the one that got the damn campaign killer that tried to kill her damn self. So he just covered so that she wouldn't get fucked up. And this was that read. Liv and Millie come together, and she pretty much tries to, you know, sympathize. She tries to explain that she knows that it was her that was getting the pain medications, and basically tried to say something on the lines of we're the same. And Millie was like, oh no, bitch. We are not the same. You know why we're not the same? Is because when I was getting, when sex came my way, I kept my knees closed, bitch. Referring to the rape, and then trying to read trying to read Olivia about having sex with her husband. I was like, ooh. Well, bitch, you ain't never lied, because Billy be getting Liv together, but you know. So we get to this at the dinner is when Cyrus tells James about the setup that he had, and of course James goes into fucking panic and calls David and be like, bitch, it's a setup, run, bitch, run. And I don't even think David even got that call in time because he was right there at the fucking meeting, and then he got fucking abducted, and then we was like, oh shit, what the hell happened? Who'da kidnapped the motherfucker? So he's in the damn trunk calling Abby like, bitch, I just got abducted, I don't know what the fuck going on, just want to let you know that I love you. And it turns out it was Huck and Abby who kidnapped him. So I was like, okay, good, they caught that ass in time. And then Cyrus is like, fuck, they fucked up our plan. And then the old strange bitch who was fucking around with Harrison shows the fuck up and talking to Cyrus about, you know, let me help you, or with some shit I don't really understand. I couldn't catch it. Let me know if you know in the comments. Drake, Lord have mercy. Jake Ballard meets up with Quinn in the office trying to figure out what the fuck are you doing, because Olivia came to him about, you're gonna sing, I asked you to watch my father and you sing Quinn, really, bitch? And so Jake approaches Quinn like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't give you those orders. And Quinn basically kind of reads Jake for filth, low-key, because she pretty much provides him with all sorts of tea and goddamn crumpets on that ass, and with shit that his top man couldn't come up with. So she read him for filth and then left the office with a sachet in her walk. I was like, you know what, Quinn? I may not fuck with you that much, but you read him down, girl. She basically tells him about how she had the information about Daddy Pope and Leo, the guy with Sally Langston, has been seeing each other, and nobody else can figure that out. So there's that. And then Huck pretty much tells Liv, like, you know what? You went too far. Like, he's mad. He doesn't like that she's mad at him for what he did to Quinn, but he's like, you knew who the fuck I was, you knew how I am, and you brought in somebody for me to love and care about, and you know that monsters only eat people. That's how he referred to it. And you allowed me to get close to somebody, and you basically, Huck was trying to say, bitch, you tried to put this on me, but bitch, you are the one who hold these leashes, and it was your fault for putting me in that kind of predicament. So don't be mad at me for what you allowed. In so many words. And so we get to the end, and this is where Andrew and Millie are in the room of the first ladies and whatnot, and the paintings and all the other shit. And Andrew tries to kiss Millie, and at first she's like, oh no, we don't touch the first ladies. And I'm just like, Millie, I know you were trying not to be hypocritical, but you need some dick. You need a good plowing right about now, because Fitz ain't giving it to you. You're high strung. You just need some penis in your life. And you know what? That's exactly what she got. Not right then. She did, you know, make out, and they was looking at, like, all the first ladies was looking at her doing this evil deed. But y'all know, eventually eventually Andrew's gonna dick her down. She gonna dick her down something serious one of these days. Because Olivia can't be the only bitch in this show getting the business. Well, Olivia and Abby, and even Quinn on occasion, but it's time for Melody to get some dick. Not just planned dick for the president, like when she got pregnant. You know, she needs some real dick. So, more power to you, bitch. And then, lastly, we found out that the security guard that was in the White House, the little guy we've been seeing this whole time, is the one that leaked stuff to B613. So, literally, Daddy Pope was able to see all the conversations that Liv has been having with the president this entire fucking time. So, he really does know all of President Fitz's dirt. Everything. And last but not least, that Mexican, whatever the bitch was that was approaching Cyrus and the one who was fucking with Harrison, went back and is working with Mama Pope, y'all. So, dude, that bitch was just sitting on that couch, just laid the fuck out. I live for Mama Pope. Ooh, that bitch is a conniving bitch, but I love her for some reason. I just don't know why. But anyways, I tried to cover this entire awesome-ass scandal episode in under 15 minutes so this YouTube won't pull no bullshit. So, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the video. Make sure you share it and tweet it on Facebook, everything, MySpace, Black Planet, if you still have the motherfucker. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.